What is going on, guys? This is Surreally Gaming, and I thought that I'd throw my 2 cents in here and there in this Chris Hansen confronts EDP445 interview, which I thought would be pretty interesting. So it's kind of a long video. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try not to pause too much. More than likely, I'll be throwing in like shade toward EDP while the video is going. Every once in a while, I might stop it, but let's jump into it.
Last week on Have a Seat, we spoke with Mike Klum, the director and filmmaker who put together a documentary called The Sick Mind of EDP445. Incredibly well done. Well, on this episode of Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, you are going to see my entire interview with Bryant Moreland, EDP445, that I conducted a while back for Mike Klum's documentary. Hold on. You're in for a ride. Who is EDP445?
He is a diehard Philadelphia Eagles fan that is kind of obsessed with the team. He loves to have fun. He loves to be wild. He loves to enjoy himself and have a good time, and at the same
Messing
time,
with kids,
making
that's
sure
wild.
that his friends and
100%.
family are taken care of.
Is he a predator?
No.
Bullshit,
No.
nigga.
What does EDP445 mean? What does it stand for?
Stands for Eat That Pussy 445.
It stands for predator.
And who came up with that?
I did. I remember, I think it was like back in 2000, what was it? Like 2010, 2011. I was sitting back at the computer desk. I was actually watching porn, to be honest with you, and I wanted to just make like I wanted to make a YouTube channel, but I wasn't really sure what to call it, and I chose that name.
God,
And I just closed my eyes and I just typed random numbers upon the keyboard.
Might see his
And
ass on
it was
600-pound
actually
life
six numbers,
next.
but I just
It's
narrowed it down to
crazy.
3, and 445 was what was left.
EDP445.
Yeah, there.
Who is Alex Rosen?
Alex Rosen, I'm guessing, is a guy that decided to. He's on his vigilante quest to go out and try to catch predators, but in my honest opinion, in a very unprofessional way.
Oh,
How
God,
did he
bro.
first come into contact with you?
This is so hard.
I first came into contact with him during the whole what was it? The whole setup sting operation. Yeah, sting operation.
I just want to say I know I paused it. I just want to say that when it comes to cringy stuff, it is so hard for me to watch, and this man is so damn cringy.
In Bakersfield over there on Mount Vernon. I parked at the Rite Aid across the street. I mean, you've seen the video, right? Yeah. Parked at the Rite Aid across the street. Walked over. There's like apartments that go up in like a slope, kind of. You know what I mean? Parked right here. Walked over, and as I was walking up, he must have been hiding. I'm guessing by the wall where the Jack in the Box was. I didn't see him, obviously. Came up from behind, and that's the first time I ever met him.
Why did you show up that day? Why did you go to that location? What did you think was going to happen?
They're just gonna get some cupcakes.
I showed up to that location that day, trying to, obviously meet up with an underage girl. You know what I mean? And,
bro, this is so bad.
I guess you can say,
he just doesn't give a fuck.
Trying to have sex. I don't know. I mean, whatever.
You trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
For the most part, yep.
That's a crime.
Of course.
Why did you do it?
Well, see, the thing is, right? A lot of people have to, and again, I'm not justifying it. I'm just trying.
Well, you shouldn't justify it because it's not justifiable. It's a crime.
Right. But at the same time,
it's one of the sickest crimes too.
Right, I understand, and I'm trying to get people to understand, where I was in that state of mind at that time. You know what I mean? the thing is with YouTube, right? And it all kind of goes back to whatever. The thing is with YouTube is that, being that popular and having that much money and having that much of a following and stuff, um, the power kind of gets to your head. You know what I mean? You kind of get the big head a little bit. You know what I mean? You kind of have this whole sensation, and this
Damn,
whole
he
tendency
barely fits in
of,
that
you
big
think
ass
that you can't be
shirt.
touched. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much why I showed up. You know what I mean? Very lonely. Didn't really have anybody to interact with. You know what I mean? So,
But there's being lonely
mhm,
and preying upon a 13-year-old girl.
you're right.
Being lonely is finding somebody who is of legal age, whether it requires you spending money or whatever it requires to be with and to do what you need to do to not be lonely. This is a sexually charged conversation with someone who told you she was 13.
Right.
Sophie, who reached out to whom first?
She did.
She reached out to you.
Or Alex Rosen or whoever it was. I'm not.
Alex Rosen posed as a
Yeah,
13-year-old girl.
yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I don't.
I just found your YouTube channel. Why are you so funny? She says. You say, because I keep it real on those faggots. That's why. I'm 13. I don't know if I told you. Yeah, you told me. We're just chatting. We cool. That makes up you and about 99% of my no pussy getting faggot fan base. Ah, okay. Bet. So she makes it clear,
Right.
or Alex Rosen posing as this girl makes it clear that she's 13.
Right.
And the conversation gets sexual,
Right.
graphically sexual. There's grooming.
Right.
You seem so shy and nervous, you say. Yeah, haha, I was nervous. My hands were sweaty. There's no need to be nervous. Just be yourself. Sophie says, you're a YouTuber. I watch and I got to talk to you. It made me nervous. Oh, that's so adorable. Remember, I'm just normal. What are you thinking at that point? What's going on in your head when you're having that discussion at that stage of the chat?
And it's been almost 4 years ago, dude. I'm still like,
But we're
4
not talking
years
about
is
a passing
crazy to even
conversation
think
with
about.
someone whose age you didn't know.
It doesn't feel like it's been that
This
long.
was someone who made it very clear
right.
that she was 13. And how old were you at the time? 30?
29, 30, somewhere around there, yeah.
Just say you're 30, nigga.
She says, I'm
Like-
always cold. Oh, poor thing. Wish I could hug you, warm you up. When and where? She says. Hopefully soon. I just don't want to come off as weird. It comes off as pretty weird to me. Do you regret any of this?
Of course. Of course I do. You know what I mean? And
He regrets
obviously
getting
there's some
caught.
people
That's
out
what it
there that
is.
say that, oh, he has no remorse or no regret. I mean, listen, man, they're entitled to their own opinion. Trust me, I get it. You know what I mean? But it's like, you can't sit back and say like, I don't have any regrets or no remorse. It's like, you don't even like, they're not in my head. They don't know what I'm going through 24/7 for them to even make that type of statement. You know what I mean? So,
No, we don't know what you
You
mean.
blocked her at some point.
right.
What was behind that?
I knew that it was wrong. I knew that it was wrong. It was highly illegal. And I knew that it was the right thing to do at the time. And then I unblocked her, obviously.
Why did you unblock her? Had you just blocked her and been done with it and done the right thing then, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation today. You would still likely have a YouTube channel making a lot of money and not the scourge of the internet for being a predator.
That channel would be gone, but still, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Why didn't you just keep her blocked? Why did you open the door again to let her in?
Like I mentioned before, just being lonely, not really having anybody to confide in, to communicate with, you know what I mean? Not really having any hobbies around the house, you know what I mean? So, and pretty much my life at the time was like, let me see, wake up, do cameos, different shout out videos, stuff like that.
Nobody your age you could have hung out with.
No.
Cap.
No women your age you could date.
Cap.
You had to pick on a 13-year-old girl.
Pretty much, yeah.
What's so
You
funny
laugh at
about
this.
that?
Well, I mean, I know where you're trying
That's crazy.
to go at this. And
I know where I'm going with it because
Right.
it's wrong.
Right, I know.
It's illegal. Had Alex Rosen not botched this, you might be in prison right now.
Thank God he didn't.
Well,
He's
you can look at
trying.
it two
He's
ways.
trying
Maybe prison
so
is where you
hard not to
belong
laugh.
because of this.
If it was where I
He just
belong,
thinks
I'd be in
it's
shackles
a
right
big
now.
game.
So,
It's not. This shit is not a game.
and that's not me. Like, that's not me upon
That
one
shit
like
is
a
scary.
one like, you know, like being nonchalant about it or anything like that. I mean, you know, see, the thing is with me, it's like I've been, you know, I've had like what 3.5 coming up on 4 years to deal with this. You know what I mean? Back and forth conversations, had enough time to think about it and whatever. You know what I mean? My thing is this, man. You know, and I don't want to come off as like, you know, I don't give a damn about it. It's this or it's that. Like, my entire thing about it is like I've moved on and I've tried to, like, you know, I'm doing what I have to do. I'm not going to sit back and dwell on something that's like, you know.
But there are people who think you should have gone to prison for this.
Right. I understand
And
it.
you see why they would think that.
I understand. Totally.
You admit in the conversation with this Sophie,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this. Honestly, we can be friends and be cool. I can't do this shit. This is something I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. I hope you aren't upset or angry by this. At this point, you seem to be seriously concerned about having sex with this girl who told you that she's a virgin.
Right.
If you had walked away
Mm-hmm.
at this point, none of this goes down.
Right.
What made you come back?
I've already mentioned it, man. You know, loneliness. You know what I mean? Not, you know, not getting out the house, not really, you know, again, it all goes back to the whole, you know, and not necessarily saying like people, you know, like you see this all the time or whatever. It's like, you know, people have a tendency of doing this, I feel like, because they are, I guess you can say they're curious. You know what I mean? They enjoy the innocence and having control of somebody, you know?
Sounds like that's what you wanted to do.
Right.
Just
When
so
you hear the
nonchalant
word
about it. That shit
predator,
is
you
crazy.
probably think of the criminals I've spent my career exposing. But today's
We're about
predators
to
don't always
skip
come
this, Chris
knocking
Hansen.
it, so you can make sure you're not already a victim. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code Hansen, or use the link below. So what else do you like, she asks. You say as far as sex goes, sure. Well, of course, oral. And I also like role play. That's basically where you dress up and pretend to be someone else, or you pretend to be daddy's little girl. But all that stuff is further down the road. Can't wait to kiss you. You're making me feel all types of ways, she says. Tell me how you feel. Just let it out and be honest. Or should I come kiss and hold your hand and force it out of you? Just keep kissing you and nibbling on you until you say it. And I know the perfect stop, too. I'll nibble on your ear. Trust me, that's most girls' weak spots. She's 13. And you're grooming her.
Just doesn't give a fuck.
You acknowledge it's wrong. You block her.
What goes on through these people's
You seem
heads?
to have a conscience.
I don't
a little bit.
understand.
Right.
Why didn't you just keep her blocked?
You know, I mean, I don't really know how many times I have to say it, man. It's been like, you know, loneliness, not, I mean, like, I'm not sure what you want me to.
Well, I'm trying to understand.
Loneliness.
I'm trying to understand why
Loneliness
you
does not do
leave
that
it
to you.
when you.
Loneliness does not do that to you. I was lonely for years and never once thought about kids. Like, that shit is a horrible excuse.
I'm trying to understand what was going on in your mind, why you behaved the way you did, and how someone who had such a successful social media career could have it all blow up for this. And I think a lot of America, a lot of the people who followed you,
Right.
who consumed your content, had the same questions.
I mean, I don't really know what you want me to say at
I
this
don't
point.
want you to
mean,
say anything except tell me the truth.
that is the truth. I was lonely as hell. I wasn't really going outside. Really didn't have much of a life outside of YouTube. You know what I mean? Really didn't have much success talking to women, you know, even in high school, even after high school, you know what I mean? Always, you know, always afraid of rejection, you know what I mean? That's not an excuse, not saying that, just trying to get you to understand.
Right. And as you know, I've confronted hundreds of predators
Right.
reporting on them.
Right.
And people ask me all the time, why do they do this? Even when some of them know, many of them, most of them know it's wrong. And so I'm posing the question
Fuck,
to
I was
you
just
who got
asking that
caught
earlier.
being a predator.
Why do people do this?
I think a lot of people.
How
more
did
so
people
do it
get caught
because,
doing it too? That's
if
the
anything, they're
other
more so
thing.
bored.
Like, why would
Bored.
you? Why?
Yeah, they don't really have anything to do.
Let me not say it like that.
Did you ever have
Why
sex
would
with
you
someone
show
you met
up?
online like this?
No.
You looked down when you said that.
Yeah, it kind of looked.
Where else you want me to look? You want me to look up and nod? No, I didn't.
I have a
This
feeling
was
it's
the only
lying.
time that you met somebody who said
To
they
be
were
honest.
underage online.
Well, I mean, and then there was also Kayla the second time.
Right. We'll talk about that in a minute.
I mean, you said sex, but I said, you know,
Well, but that's where you were headed to meet this 13-year-old girl was for sex, right?
well, yeah, I mean, but you know,
You gotta be
meeting up
so
with somebody and
stupid,
having
bro.
sex are two different
Oh
things.
my
So.
gosh.
Oh my God,
This shit
babe,
is scary.
it's a
There's
playful
people. There's
spank, you say. When
multiple
I spank you, it's
people out
supposed
here
to be
like him.
sexy, LOL. If anything, I just bend you over and kiss your ass. Oh, that's hot, she says. Probably lick at some too. Lick my cheeks? Yes, well, maybe, but only if you're a good girl. I want to lick something else too. If you keep being mean to me, I'll be forced to punish you, and LOL, and you have to guess. I'm going to get you out of your shy and comfort zone. What are you trying to do here with this?
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Well, it sounds like you're trying to sexually assault a 13-year-old girl.
If that's what it looks like, I guess that's what it is then. I mean,
Handcuff you. Throw you in the back of my car and bring you back to my dungeon, LOL. You talk about climbing
That
through
shit
a
is
window.
wicked.
mm,
That shit is wicked.
You're so hot and cute and even had me jerking off. Were you masturbating when you were talking to her?
mm-hmm.
You sent her
No
pictures?
fucking shame,
Yeah.
bro.
You sent her pictures of your penis. Oh, it'll be okay, baby, I promise. I'll go slow, to the speed of your liking. Whatever you don't want to do, I won't do. But if you enjoy it and want it in all the way, then I shall satisfy my princess. This is a 13-year-old girl who's never had sex before. And you are setting up a situation where you would be her first sexual encounter.
13 or 20. Because I mean, there's you know, there's rumors out there 13. The decoy was 20. Alex Rose.
No. But in the scenario
Right,
where
right,
you
I
thought
got
you were talking to a 13-year-old girl.
Right.
So let's not bullshit around about that.
Oh yeah, I ain't bullshitting. I got you.
Okay, all right.
Hell yeah, Chris Hansen's turning
If
real
there was
quick.
a 13-year-old girl here who was willing to have sex,
Cut the bullshit, bro.
you would have had sex with her in all likelihood, and that would have been her very first
Cut the
experience,
bullshit.
potentially scarring her
Mm,
for the rest of her life.
sure.
And you're talking about this like it's just something I did because I was lonely.
It is. I mean, what else you want me to like?
Well, I know, but don't you think this
Damn,
stuff's
like-
true? The thought of your pretty, cute, sassy-ass little mouth sucking on me is incredible. Can't wait to see how you suck on it. I want to eat your pussy. How? Basically saying
Excuse
I want
me,
to eat your
sorry.
pussy is like basically just sucking on it and licking on it. And then you show up. What do you think would have happened had there been a 13-year-old girl?
Probably would have had sex.
And what do you think that would have done to that 13-year-old girl?
Oh, scarred her.
Just scarred her? You're that casual about it?
I mean, scarred her, tormented her, emotionally disturbed, PTSD.
He just doesn't
it
give a
would have
fuck
been
about
a
ruining
horrible
someone's
thing
life.
for her.
Wow.
Do you feel guilty still to this day?
Of course. Of course I do. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know.
But you're treating this like it's some casual thing.
It's been 3.5, 4 years ago. I've moved on. Like, I have a life to live, man. I can't just sit back and dwell on shit and not move on and not have a life. You know what I mean? Like,
Do you remember the moment in your head when you decided I'm going to go meet her?
yeah.
Tell me about that.
I was sitting up on the couch. I called up my friend Philippe, who originally told me don't go. It's a setup, you know what I mean? Um, and originally I wasn't going to go. She called me back a second.
So his friends are pedos
It
too.
was the first time she called, I believe. First time she called.
His friends are pedos too, because why would this guy say don't go? It's a setup. No, brother, man, don't go because it's a fucking 13-year-old girl. Like, eh, like what kind of people was this person hanging around?
We were going to meet up. Then I called my friend Philippe. He told me not to go. It was a setup. Then I remember, I believe I messaged her. I told her I can't do this, can't go. It's highly illegal and it's wrong. She then started crying, telling me that, my parents are gone. I just wanted to give you a cupcake, whatever. And me personally, I genuinely felt bad. So I decided to go. And it's crazy because what I'm about to tell you is more so, it's a blessing in disguise. I, at the time,
That was
I'm
the
not sure if
same.
you know, but I owned a lot of firearms and stuff. And I actually had a Glock 17 on my counter,
I'm
which I
trying
was
to
actually
stop
going to end up
smoking.
taking with me in
So
case,
it's been a little while.
shit went sideways, And I took it with me, but I walked back into the house and I left it on the counter.
You were going to bring a gun with you to that meeting.
And it's a good thing I didn't bring it with me, because if I had of, and Alex Rosen and the whole camera crew would have came, yeah, I'd probably be going down for 3 counts of murder in the first degree.
You would have shot Alex Rosen and his crew.
Yeah.
Shot him dead.
Yeah.
You truly believe that?
Oh yeah, I truly believe it. Blessing in disguise, man. So I left it at home.
What makes you so sure that you would have pulled that Glock 17 out and killed all 3 of them?
Because he was embarrassed.
The thing is, right, when you're in that situation and like the whole, fight or flight thing comes into play. I'm not sure if you heard that before. Like your ass is on the line and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And you know that these people are here to, potentially try and attempt to ruin your damn life. You will do all type of wild shit. Not saying that I didn't take any role in that. Obviously, you know what I mean? I could have just said hell no and just not have went,
Which would have been the right thing to do, by the way.
Right, totally. Yeah, I mean, I've there's been times, like, even since moving out here, I was a gun owner and stuff like that. And I would go to the range and stuff like that, this is probably about like 6 months to maybe a year after. So it happened in 2021. So maybe like summer of 2022, you know what I mean? So around there, I would go to the range and I would, in my mind, when I'm at the range, now I'm talking about, full on arsenal, fucking Scar 17, AK-47, I had it all at my disposal. You know what I mean? In my mind, while I'm shooting the target, I'm killing Alex Rosen, all the fucking people, Master at Work, all those people, that, that partook in this, you know what I mean? There's been times where, like, I've literally told a friend of mine, do me a favor, come over here, change the combination to this goddamn gun safe. I don't feel safe having these things around me,
Because you were going to strike out at Alex Rosen, or because you were going to kill yourself?
I was going to strike out at Alex. Well, a mixture of both. Well, I guess you can say, the Alex Rosen thing already had happened.
Right.
You feel me?
But
so more so myself.
Were you still angry at him that you would go hunt him down and kill him?
Oh yeah. I mean, there were multiple times where, like, now, I mean, I've had, I've still had like loyal, like followers and fans and stuff hit me up on Instagram and stuff. They're like, I don't condone doxing people no matter how, whatever they did. You know what I mean? They were like hitting me up and like, yo, man, we have his address. You know what I mean? And in my mind, and even in my sister's mind, well, not my sister's mind, more so like my friend Kelvin's mind, who I went to high school with. Me and him were having a deep rooted conversation and stuff. And he's all like, well, obviously, yeah, what you did was wrong. I'm not going to say that it was right. He's like, but at the same time, he's like, I've been knowing you for a long time. I know that you're a good person. He's all like, but at the same time, and not switching the blame here. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. He's like, at the same time, what they did was very dangerous. Like, who's to say you can't find their address or load up your car full of guns, drive to Texas and go fucking murder them all? Because right there, I have his address. It's literally right there.
Did you think about doing that?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I've literally thought about, I've thought about,
He's actually kind of admitting
loading
to
up the car, you know what I mean?
to
And just, driving, 14, 15,
fucking
16 hours and just blowing them all the fuck away, But at the same time, it's
like future shit. I forgot they
can't
call
do
it.
that, man.
That starts to die down. This whole incident with Alex.
He'll fuck around and
Rosen.
get his firearms taken away if they
Sophie.
haven't taken them away
I don't
already.
think it ever died down, but sure.
But you started to get past it.
You said what now?
You started to get past it.
Right.
More recently, there's this situation with Kayla,
Hoskins, yeah.
who's underage,
Right, 15.
15,
Right.
which is the same issue as with someone who's 13.
Correct.
How do you even get involved in this after having gone through all that? Being exposed as a predator, however they did it, you were exposed as a predator, trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. And now this?
Mm-hmm.
With a 15-year-old girl?
Mm-hmm. You want me to explain it? What?
Please.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, gosh,
yeah,
bro.
so pretty much at the time, I believe she hit me up first, which was, I believe she was sent by Gideon.
You're so fucking hot, you know that? I'm literally leaking pre-cum just thinking about you is what you say to her.
That just sounds fucking horrible.
I've always wanted to be with a little emo girl.
ass bulged out, titties popped out on Instagram, but nobody wants to talk about that, right?
Well, talk about it.
Oh, I mean, see, man, man, what I'm about to say is gonna sound fucked up, but I mean,
Everything you've been saying is fucked up.
See, the thing is, right, and these little young ass girls, right, and I always tell my friends this, right, I'm like, man, these little young ass girls, man, they come on Instagram, they come on social media and shit, right, and they're taking pictures, sexually provocative ass content, ass and tits bulged.
That's like blaming the victim.
Well, I'm trying to explain to you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, for me, and the way I see it, it's like,
Skip.
they know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean?
Just skip them and
Doesn't
go to the
give
next
me the right
person.
or anybody
You
else
should
the
know
right.
what they
Block
actually are
'em.
doing.
Right,
Being
exactly.
a grown-ass man.
The
you're
fuck?
Talking to a child.
Exactly.
So that doesn't really wash.
I never once said that it did wash. I was trying to explain to you, what people see. You know what I mean?
So you saw a 15-year-old girl who had a shapely figure and a quote-unquote fine Latina ass, and you wanted to have sex with her.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see a problem with that?
Of course I see a problem with it.
Why did you do it then?
Well, I remember at the time, I was, at the time, I think I was working, and I had recently, I think I went homeless for about like a month, simply due to the fact that it was like some shit going on with the apartment complex or whatever. And so, I was doing overnights at work and stuff like that. And, she randomly hit me up one day, at the moment, obviously looking back upon it now, thought that it was a good idea. That's why I did it.
I'm telling you right now, you threaten. If you fuck me over, if this shit goes wrong in any way, shape, or form, I'll give your soul to the Lord because your ass belongs to me. So you know what you're getting into is illegal.
Right.
You've already been stung once. Got out of that by the skin of your teeth. And now you're involving yourself potentially with a 15-year-old girl, and you're threatening her that this better not be a situation where she fucks you over. In other words, I'm going to shoot your ass if you fuck me over. I'm going to shoot your ass. You threaten this girl.
You want to respond to me?
How do you justify that?
You don't justify it.
But you just
He needs to be
told
locked
me
up.
that all the other stuff with Sophie was 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago. You're past it. And just months ago, you're engaging with a 15-year-old girl about sex and threatening her that if she sets you up or stings you, that you're going to shoot her. That is horrible, illegal, predatory behavior, violent behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I know guys who have gone to prison for way less than that.
Same here.
Way less. And it would seem to me that the only reason you're not in prison right now is because of the way these investigations were conducted by vigilantes.
That and the fact that, you know, I believe in a higher power. I believe in I believe in I believe in my mom's spirit is always with me wherever I go. And so you know, I believe she saw what these people's true intentions were. And I feel like her and God stepped in and was like, yo, like, you know, shit ain't gonna go down like this.
But I have to tell you something. Had this been me doing an investigation and you had surfaced in this way, your EDP445 ass would be in prison now.
And at the same time,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and at the same time, I kind of wish it was you, Chris, to be honest with you. Because it's like, you know, I honestly respect what you do. And that's not me kissing your ass or anything like that. You know what I mean? I respect, you know, a lot of what people do who are out catching predators, you know what I mean, in the right and legal way. You know, I mean, all I can say is I have a lot of respect for it, you know. I don't condone motherfuckers, you know, going out there, you know.
But you did it.
Well,
Brian, you did it. Now, I understand what you're saying about the methodology here.
Right.
And I understand how it looked when Skeeter, whoever it is, came and confronted you. It was a clown show.
Right.
It was embarrassing for him. Yet, what you did and said with this Kayla is reprehensible and very predator-like. I mean, there's no way to really pretty that up.
No, there's not.
I mean, you got off because these guys were sloppy, essentially.
Sloppy, entrapment, dumb as hell. Did it for the views, for the clicks, for the clout. But at the same time, I also understand how lucky I am. You know what I mean? And you know, I can tell you right now, I don't, you know, people people see me as like, you know, oh, he's like, you know, people think like, you know, oh, I'm out here preying on motherfuckers, or I'm just out here.
Well, that's what
like,
you were doing here.
Well, I know.
A 13-year-old and a 15-year-old.
They changed the meaning of EDP to predator, to a child predator. So yes.
Right, you know what I mean? And like, but the thing is, like, people think that I'm literally like out here every day, like preying on fucking kids.
You did it twice.
I know. I understand.
I've seen guys go to prison doing it once.
Yeah.
Probation afterwards. Registration as a sex offender. What do you say to other men who may be entertaining getting into a sexually charged conversation with someone who's underage?
Set up. Don't do it. Seriously, don't do it, man.
That's like one of the worst responses.
It ain't fucking worth it. There's always somebody out there watching, whether it be a decoy, whether it be
It's a
You
setup.
know,
Don't
whoever it
do
is
it.
on
That's
the
some
other end,
bullshit.
somebody pros in to be, which is the same thing as a decoy. You know, just don't do it, man.
It's a 13-year-old
Do
girl.
you think
Don't do that shit.
you would have
It's
made
wrong.
the first approach
It's
to a 13-year-old
gross.
girl who you saw was following you on any social media platform? In other words, in this case, the 15-year-old approached you,
Okay.
which in my world would negate a prosecution. We don't operate that way. The predator, the man, always has to make the first approach. That was the opposite in this case. Do you think you would have ever approached an underage girl first with a romantic interest?
No.
What you're saying is you don't think you would ever have gotten caught in one of my stings, and it was because they made the first approach that you got caught in those two other stings.
I mean, if you wanna shape it up like that, sure. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just asking. Because there's no misunderstanding these particular conversations. You say, so occasionally I jerk off at work, and right now I'm so hard. I remember you said you were good at giving head. Please, baby, please let me stuff my cock inside of your mouth.
Jerking
I'll do
off at
anything.
work is diabolical.
And then you turn around and say, my God, ignore that. I feel so damn embarrassed. I mean, you're all over the place here. And then you try to guilt trip her into meeting up. And then you show up, or they show up looking for you. You're at a dialysis appointment.
Which I think is fucked up, but still. But go ahead.
What's going through your mind when you see Skeet and crew show up at the
Kill him.
dialysis appointment?
That's my overall thing. I I carry a 1911 chambered 44. Well, what I used to. Um, Obviously, when you go into all dialysis centers, it has a big ass sign on the window says, you know, no firearms are allowed up in the center or whatever. And it's funny because, well, it's not funny, but um, I what I don't think is actually in there, and I'm not. This isn't justifying it, but I believe um, I believe it was on a Friday, and I believe I originally blocked Kayla because I believe it was her birthday, and I never actually planned on originally driving to. I think it was Chula Vista, which is somewhere in the San Diego, Orange County area. I'm not sure. And so, drive up, park, get out, going to the dialysis center. They approached me as I'm going in. Hey, Bryant. And I went to go turn around, and obviously it was this asshole up in a clown, up in like a, I guess you can say like a cupcake, yeah, cupcake outfit or whatever. And right then and there, my blood pressure skyrocketed to the point to where, and this isn't no sob story, I'm just telling you, to the point to where I couldn't receive dialysis, had to go across town, have a goddamn pick line inserted up in my fucking chest or whatever. You know what I mean? Me personally, I think that was a bitch move on their part. It's like, motherfucker, you could have approached my ass at the grocery store, the fucking park, shit, even at work. You know what I mean? But it's like you approached me at a fucking dialysis center where my goddamn life is pretty much on the fucking line. You know what I mean? And anyways, I do that. Sorry, I do that. They try to give me dialysis, don't get it. They're gone when I leave. Before I even go into the back to receive dialysis, call the police, give them a call, let them know I'm being harassed. They don't do shit because, you know, most of these prank YouTubers, they like to hide behind this bullshit where they're filming on public fucking property and shit. You know what I mean? Which I think is the ultimate fucking cop out, but whatever. And they say they can't do anything to police. Get in the car, drive across town, North Vegas to the Access Center, have a surgical procedure done, get out, walk into the car. I didn't know this. Either they followed me or somebody at the dialysis center violated HIPAA laws and decided to tell them where I was receiving a procedure at. and they followed me all the way across town, about like 20 miles to the access center, and they approached me as I was leaving. I didn't say anything though.
You know how you could have avoided all this.
Yeah, just don't respond.
Don't get online and have sexually charged conversations or try to have sex with teenage girls.
Sure.
Had you not done that, none of this other stuff happens.
So what you're saying is that
So what you're saying is you brought it upon yourself in many ways.
and it makes it perfectly fine for people to show up at my dialysis center. And
Again, had you not committed the underlying acts, these guys aren't looking for you.
okay, so that totally just
Am I right?
yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, but at the same time,
I'm not justifying their tactics, but I am saying, and I think I'm right here,
Mm,
that had you not engaged in this sort of behavior
totally. Yeah.
with girls identified as being 13 and 15, you don't have this problem, Bryant.
Right. Totally. I understand.
What do you say to Kayla now?
You want me to honestly answer that, or you want the PG bullshit answer, or
Honesty.
shit? To be honest with you, I ain't got nothing to say to her. To be honest with you,
Do you have any remorse?
oh, of course I have remorse. You know what I mean? I just don't have anything to say to her. Good luck with your life. You know what I mean? I don't really, I mean, I'm not gonna, one thing I'm not gonna fucking do is get on my hands and knees and beg for her fucking forgiveness, because it's like, no, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I understand what I did was wrong. I have a lot of remorse for it. I'm paying the ultimate price, and I really don't have anything to say to her.
And what do you say to people who think you should be in prison for what you did?
I mean, not to sound cocky or fucked up, their opinion doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. They think I should be in prison. Well, tough shit, man. I think Donald Trump should be fucking president again. That doesn't mean it's going to happen again. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not me making light or joking about it, but it's like, it didn't happen. I'm grateful it didn't happen. And I'm doing whatever I can. Going to therapy, going to counseling. I'm taking necessary steps to try to better myself. And if that isn't good enough for him, well then shit, I don't know what else to say to him.
You're in therapy now. And what can you say to me to guarantee you will never try to contact, have a sexually charged conversation with, or try to have sex with a teenage girl again?
What can I say to you?
How can you guarantee to me that this will
It'll
not
happen again.
I
I have a
don't know
feeling
how
it's
I
gonna
can
happen
guarantee
again.
it to you. I guess you're just going to have to fucking trust me.
This shit's gonna
Your
happen
trust
again.
level isn't great right now.
I understand. I mean, I know it's at, up on a scale of 1 to 100, it's at about like a fucking 40. Probably lower
He's
than that.
sweating.
You know what I mean?
2, 3.
He is
maybe.
Yeah,
sweating.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
He's
I
wiping
understand,
that sweat off his forehead.
I mean, all I can say is, since I've been going to therapy, I haven't had any urges or any desires to even want to.
But what happens if, as you said before, you start to feel lonely and need some company, and
Well, it's
there's
funny.
a 13 or 14 or 15-year-old girl available? Are you going to go for it again?
Well, it's actually a good thing you say that, because I've actually had multiple people hit me up on Instagram posing to be 13, 14-year-olds, and I've blocked them all.
Well, after getting caught twice.
Well, yeah, I mean that's ultimately like learning your fucking lesson. I mean, I'll have to be a fucking, that's a complete dumbass. I mean, if not the fucking first 2 times, it's like, goddamn, but like, they would hit me up. I would see their profile, 14 block. Don't even say anything. If I do say anything, I'm just like, yo, go do your fucking math homework, block. Just don't.
Don't even say anything.
I'm not for the
But
bullshit.
why are you even
Leave me the
responding to
fuck
them?
alone.
Go do your
Here's a
fucking
question.
math homework. Block.
I have an answer.
Why?
Because I don't understand this part of it.
Mhm.
You are known for sending pictures of your own feces to people.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
It ain't right for them to troll my ass either.
Yeah, but let's stick with the one question first.
Yeah.
That ain't right.
Right.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, the reason I do that is because people fuck with me. People troll my ass. People, they like to sit back and dox where I live, where I work and shit. You know what I mean? If anything, I mean, shit, man,
So you send them a picture of your Feces. To prove what point?
Just to fuck with them, to see, hey man, you guys control me, I control your ass back. You know what I mean? Now to be honest with you, Chris, they're actually getting off light. If that was somebody else, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers out here doxing where they work and shit, they probably wouldn't beat their ass. You know what I mean? Because people can be found, just like I could be found. You know? So me sending disgusting ass shit pics, that's motherfucker, you getting off light. You know what I mean? And I honestly do stand by that. You know, it's like I'm over here.
That's your way of getting back at them.
Right. I'm over here trying to do my thing, trying to work, trying to cope with all this shit that's going on. And you over here fucking with me. It's like, what am I supposed to just sit back there and just fucking accept the shit? Or, you know, like, come on, you know what I mean? So
why speak out now? I tried to talk to you several months ago, maybe a year or so ago. You declined the invitation. Why now? Why speak out now? What's the purpose of it?
Well, I declined the invitation because I wasn't really sure who was, like, if you were real, you know what I mean? I've gotten mashed at work pretending to be Chris Hansen and all these other people, and I'm just like, it could be a fucking troll, it could be another goddamn setup, it could be somebody else, you know what I mean? So I just really wasn't sure which one was real, you know what I mean?
And how's life for you now?
To be honest with you, life is actually, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, it's about as great as it could get with, you know, everything that's went on, you know what I mean? Blessed to have 2 jobs, blessed to have a vehicle, blessed to have a roof up over my head, stuff like that.
Do you have a relationship?
I don't know. Well, I did. But yeah, she was very controlling.
Controlling of you?
Yeah, she was very controlling.
After all this talk, all this grooming.
Very controlling, very annoying.
Talking about shoving your arm up some woman's behind in the chats, all that stuff. Somebody was controlling of you.
So he has fucking
I wouldn't
fat ass
necessarily say
arms,
controlling.
too.
I'm sorry, that was the wrong word. I would probably say annoying. You know, you want me to go into specifics or yeah, so I mean, I'm the type of person to where, like, you know, obviously with dialysis and stuff going on, kidney failure and shit like that, whatever, there will be times where, like, after treatment I'll be like dead ass tired, you know, and she'll call me up, hey, you want I'm gonna hang out. By the way, she's 41. Just want to throw that out there. She'll hit me up and she'll be like, hey, you want to hang out, blah blah blah, and I'm like, listen, like, I am fucking like dead ass tired, like to the point to where, like, I'm literally crawling to get to my damn bed. And I feel like, you know, she'll, like, sometimes, like, low-key, like, guilt trip me into, like, you know, oh, well, you don't have to go, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, well, listen to the tone of your fucking voice. Like, obviously you want me to come over, you know what I mean? And when I go over there, I'm like half goddamn dead and stuff. And, oh, well, you know, you're half dead and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, shit, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I told you before, you know what I mean? So, to be honest with you, Chris, man, like, I just, you know, it's funny because, like, you know, this entire time I've always wanted to be in a relationship, you know what I mean? And actually be with somebody and, you know, I guess, like, someday have kids or whatever. But I feel like, you know, not for most, but for some guys, you know, when they actually get into relationships, it's not what all it was fucking hyped up to be. You know what I mean? You're just like, yeah, I would rather be the fuck alone. Like, you know what I mean? So
Do you ever think you'll be a content creator again?
I am a content creator still. Yeah, I have my own website. I post videos on Instagram here and there and stuff
The
like
fucking
that.
Predator website.
So, I mean, obviously it's not as big as my YouTube channel once was, but I mean, you know, I have a website. The word is still getting out. We're still having a great time, you know, shooting shit or whatever. So yeah, we're still having a great time out there, you know.
Is there anything else you want people to know about you and your situation?
Yeah. I've learned my lesson. I'm a changed individual. Or at least I'm making steps to become a changed individual. Let me rephrase that. And you know, just know that I'm not actually, you know, I'm not going out there fucking, you know, because I live like right by a fucking school. You feel me? I'm not out fucking praying.
Wait, hold up. How the fuck does he live? Okay, I don't. They need to change this shit. He lives right by his school. That's fucking. That shit is scary. That shit is scary. May I be honest? I don't. This man should not be anywhere near. He needs to be like 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards. Fucking whatever fucking radius. He needs to. He can't be let within fucking 1,500 yards of a school. Like,
motherfuckers or like, you know, whatever, you know. So yeah, just know that I'm out here trying to live my best life. Obviously I've made a lot of, you know, fucked up mistakes and I'm paying for it.
Will you ever be caught in a sting again?
yep. Yeah, he will.
No.
Yep. Yeah, he will.
Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
If you thought this interview was interesting, you'll be happy to know that so does the district attorney in Kern County.
Well, that was, in my opinion, very disturbing. Anyway, I kind of said what I thought throughout the video. Yeah, I'm out.